Good morning.
Yeah, Saturday the 29th of June 2024, and we are at Victoria Park in Warrington. The first time we've ever done the Warrington Park Run. We're on our way to Leigh for Dawn to run in a track race, so we thought we'd call in on the way and sample this park run for the first time ever. It's been on the go quite a number of years. I've got a friend who did it 10 years ago. One reason we chose it, it's nice and flat. Another reason we chose it is it runs by the Manchester Ship Canal, and I'm a fan of Industrial Revolution history, so looking forward to this one. So if you watched this channel before, you know when we go to different park runs, we like to find some interesting facts about the area. So during the course of this run, we're going to give you one fact for every kilometre about the history of Warrington.
3, 2, 1, go!
Filming me, filming you. So the first kilometre of this park run is one small loop, and whilst we run that loop, I'll give you the first Warrington fact, and that is that in 1987 the first IKEA store ever in the UK opened in Warrington. Now if you've ever tried running a park run and you've ever tried negotiating your way round and out of an IKEA store, you may find the similar experience for both of them.
Ah, the two brooms!
Hello!
Yeah, how are you?
Good. So yeah, it's always nice to see friendly faces around the country who come and recognise us from the channel and come and say hello. So if you see us at your local parkrun, please do the same. That's 5:10 for that kilometre.
Very good.
Into kilometre 2, it's now time to reveal the second Warrington fact that you can absorb, learn and treasure for the rest of your life. And that is that the comedian and musician from the 1930s and 40s, popular wartime entertainer George Formby, actually lived in Warrington for much of his life and is buried in Warrington Cemetery. So we're now heading out onto loop 2, which is a larger loop. As you can see, all the run so far has been on this lovely smooth tarmac, and it would have the makings of a very fast park run. But as you'll see in a little while, we do have an off-road section which does slow you down somewhat. So this is the point where you have to remember, if you're on the first loop, you swing a right here. If you're on the second loop, you swing a left. So you're about to pass under this lovely bridge here, and when you come out on the other side, you're at the far part of the course.
Okay.
2K, 10:30. So this was number 478 in the history of Warrington Park Run. This park run began on the 25th of January 2014. And it sits at 187th in the list of the fastest UK parkruns. That's out of just over 760, so one of the quicker ones in the UK. So into the third kilometre we get our third quirky Warrington fact, and that relates to Old Billy. Now Old Billy was a horse who was reputed to have died at the age of 62. Old Billy worked on the Irwell and Mersey navigation, the canal that ran near Warrington. This is disputed, as normally a healthy horse might live to the age of 30, but there you go, Old Billy is associated with the history of Warrington. So after half the course being on that lovely tarmac, we have a short off-road section. There's a little climb up here onto a field which you then circumnavigate before arriving back on that lovely smooth tarmac. $3K, 15.50. So into the fourth kilometre, and our fourth offbeat fact about Warrington is that it holds an annual Warrington Walking Day. Now, we saw signs advertising the walking day as we came into Warrington, as it had happened on the day previous to this parkrun, but it traces its history all the way back to 1834. I thought it was some local initiative to get people out for the physical and mental benefits of walking, but apparently it was set up by a group of religious leaders back in the 1830s as an alternative to a local race meeting where they were worried that people were gambling and drinking too much. In fact, 4 years previous to that, the first total abstinence society, that's giving up alcohol totally, had been founded in Warrington. So a great deal of religious and moral fervour in Warrington in the 1830s, some of which still exists to this day. So I believe this is the part of the course where we are running parallel to the Manchester Ship Canal. I think it is down on our left here, correct me if I'm wrong, we couldn't actually see it. But yes, the Manchester Ship Canal, which linked the port of Liverpool and the River Mersey and all the trade routes out around the world to all the industries of Cheshire and Lancashire during the Industrial Revolution. So really important inland waterway. So here you can see runners on the right heading up the little slope, the off-road bit, and about to go around the field as we're coming back down on the tarmac. And as usual when we come to this part of the world, it's raining. So kilometer 4 was a little bit slower because of that grass section, and we came through it in a time of 21 minutes and 8 seconds. It was at this point I decided I'd push a little bit during the last kilometre to try and squeeze under 26 minutes.
Bye! See you at the finish! John has an arbitrary number in his head that he's just going to go and do.
So in the fifth and final kilometre, the fifth and final Warrington fact I'll give you, and that is that the official Lancashire County Cricket Club, which still exists today, played its first ever official match at Warrington against Birkenhead Park on the 15th and 16th of June of 1864. So there we go, a long and proud history. Warrington now sits in the county of Cheshire, having been one of those many towns and cities across the country which had its county borders arbitrarily moved back in 1974, something I know a lot about coming from Hull. But there you go, Lancashire County Cricket's first ever match was at Warrington. Now, if you hang on to the end, I'll throw in a few celebrities who are fortunate enough to have been born in Warrington. So, amongst the famous to hail from Warrington, we have Chris Evans, the radio and television presenter who comes from the town. We have Ian Brown, the lead singer of the Stone Roses. We have actress Sue Johnston, famous for her roles in Brookside and The Royal Family. We have singer Kerry Katona and actor Pete Postlethwaite. And one of my favourites here, if you remember the old Pink Panther films from the 1970s and 80s, which starred Peter Sellers, we have Bert Kwok, who played his manservant Kato, who you may remember was always looking for inventive ways to attack him by surprise. So there we go, just a few of the famous people to have come from Warrington. So just coming up for the final search here to see if I can break 26 minutes. And there we go, a well-judged 25 minutes and 59 seconds as we cross the finish line. So really happy to have completed Warrington Parkrun, my 282nd different event. Really convenient car parking, the course flows nicely as you've seen, and a lovely way to start a Saturday morning. So we hope you enjoyed joining us on our visit to Warrington Parkrun. It was nice for a few people to come up to us and say hello and that they enjoy watching the channel. It's always very well appreciated, and we love meeting new people and runners around the country.
Yes, and I enjoyed the run too, and if you've not already checked out the track race that I did at Lee an hour and a half after I finished this parkrun, then go and check out that video.
If you have enjoyed joining us at Warrington, please give this video a like, and if you'd like to see our further parkrun adventures and races we do around the country and aspects of our training, then please subscribe to the channel. We upload videos twice a week. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.